Cubby blue blood flowing through our veins. Sitting in the bleachers in the rain. We've shed a million tears and drank as many old style beers out at the game. Let's go Cubby, Son Ranto, Son Ranto, Son Ranto and the lovable loser. Son Ranto, Son Ranto, Son Ranto and the lovable losers. Son Ranto.
I don't know if it's Son Ranto or if it's Sans Ranto today because Danny is not here. It's just Lyle and Cotton. Danny is trying to get in. He just texted that he'll be here soon. He's coming. Told us not to start, but we're not going to let you guys all sit out there and wonder what's going on. Lyle and I are going to just get it going because the game is going to start in like an hour. So we're going to do a quick Son Ranto show. We're going to talk about the latest and greatest things happening. And hopefully Danny jumps in and he's going to have an interview with Unkzuna, a Braves superfan that's at the game tonight. So first off.
Michael, wait, what do you think, if you had to guess, what do you think Danny's actually doing right now? Is he like buying crack over like outside the stadium so he can get nice and high before the show? Or is he like, I don't know, like it could be anything. Is he robbing a bank?
I think him and Unkzuna are doing beer bongs at the Lucky Door.
I like that.
They're just pounding like a full 6-pack before they do their before they go into the game.
Nice.
Because it costs too much.
Right, as it does. It's not cheap to go to a game these days.
It is not. Well, anyway, welcome to the Son Ranto show. Bleacher Bunch Productions. And we're here because all that money that we have to spend at these games is brought to us by the 102 Patreon supporters. Thank you very much for being a part of the Patreon group, in the Discord, all of that stuff. So you can join for only $1. And then we also have sponsors, Matt Kammerer's Permanent Paintings Etsy store, and In the Clutch shirts, t-shirts with lots of great, funny baseball player stuff on them. We have our own line of shirts there with Frank Chance shirt, Need More Cups, all those. And It looks like Danny is sort of joining us.
What do you mean, sort of?
He's here.
Yeah,
he's walking here.
100%. But I will say this. I'm sorry I didn't get on here in time. You know, with all sorts of goings on down here. Everybody's getting ready for the game. But I'm here with Unkzuna right now. But unfortunately, he won't be able to hear you. So I think when we do our interview him. Yeah, I'm just going to interview him and then I'll come back, you know. So, do like 10, 15 minutes with just Unkzuna in like 5 minutes. And then, but this guy, he's one of my favorite new people that I've ever met. You're in for it as far as entertainment goes with Mr. Unkzuna. So
awesome.
Are we ready to just go to the
get it on. Why don't you do that interview, Danny, and then we can chit-chat a little bit afterwards.
Yeah,
okay. Well,
just for the podcast listeners who can't see what's going on, Danny is down at the ballpark. He is with Unkzuna. He is going to do this interview right now, right there in the street.
Well, here's the question. Can you please make us full screen right now? I think something like this, but make it me. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So he's in the layouts.
Oh, hi. Oh, I like that one
there
too.
You go. It looks like my 3 sons. I got to change my iPhone now.
There you go.
All
right, we're going to mute, Danny.
Okay, but you guys mute yourselves because I can't hear you anyway.
Yep, we're muted.
All right, cool. I am here. Hi, everybody. I'm here with Unkzuna. How you doing today, Unkzuna?
Man, I'm great. Ready to get this game going. I came from a long way. I got to see my Braves play.
Well, and yesterday you saw your Braves play. You were at the game. Braves lost 6-5, but you played the Cubs tough. Cubs came back and won that one. Now, Braves have had kind of a rougher season than you might have
It's been a
thought.
little turmoil.
Yeah, so what happened with the Braves this year?
I think it all stems from profile. You know, you got a guy coming in that you got high expectations for, and then boom, you get hit upside the head with whatever that was with the Peds, and the boys just stopped playing. You know, and then we all know our ABCs, right? Well, they want to start playing ball in August instead of April. So
Yeah, and it's too late. You dug too big of a hole. And even though the Mets aren't really running away with it and the Phillies aren't really running away with it, they're not like an amazingly dominant team. So you could have been there, but it just didn't work out. It's one of those years. But you do have some talented players, and they showed up yesterday. But you got to tell me about the whole Unkzuna thing. How did you get started doing Unkzuna? Because I got to show everybody your full uniform. And what I was told by my friend Janet is that originally you were inspired by a Cubs fan who we all know and love, a great friend of mine, Mr. Ronnie Woo Woo, who you met as a kid.
Yes,
Ronnie
I met him as a kid, and it just instilled something in me. You know, it's like, hey, whenever I stop playing ball, when my playing days are over, I want to come out here and inspire the kids. So, hey, I got to start wearing a uniform in 2017. One of the coaches down in Georgia gave me my first pair of home pants. I had a ton of away pants. I had some Jason Hayward pants that come up to my neck. So I got a pair of pants that actually fit me, and I started going to the game.
Can I ask you a question about your Jason Hayward pants? Do they roll over to second a lot? Because that's what we saw him do a lot.
Yeah, a lot. I saw that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got my first pair of pants in 2017, actual home white pants. I was already going to every game, and I was like, hey, for the kids, they want to meet the players. The players don't take the time to meet them, so hey, why not sit here and do it for the kids? And that's the way it started.
It's like you're a player impersonator. Whereas I did actually one time when Ronnie Woo Woo was walking around the ballpark. Now, Ernie Banks died in 2016 in January. So this was about 2018, 2019, and some drunk girl pointed at Ronnie and goes, "That's Ernie Banks right there." And I was like, you are wrong on it so many levels here, lady. But so do people sometimes think you're actually Ozuna? Because somebody over there was like, he actually looks like Ozuna.
Yeah, I get that a lot, especially when I go to different stadiums and they hadn't seen me in a while, and he's on our team. So when I come by wearing his real sleeve, they see all that.
This is all game used.
Yeah, everything's game used. But these are his fans too, by the way. But when I go to stadiums and they haven't seen me before, they think like, here they have a tradition where like the rookies go and get the coffee across the street in full uniform.
Yeah.
So sometimes they think that I'm that guy too. So they try to let me in the side gates. I have to let them know because I don't want these guys coming to get me.
Well, actually, you could kind of sneak in. Like that one time Robin Williams was a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader.
Yep.
So, you go to all the minor league ballparks too. You told me yesterday, we had a couple of drinks yesterday sitting over at Trace. And he told me his life story. I was like, oh, we got to have him on the show. But you told me that the minor league ballparks, they really embrace you and what you bring to the team and what you bring to the fans.
Right. So, like I said, I was doing this before Ozuna got on the team, but there was a rain delay game against the Phillies, and I caught a foul ball standing right behind the dugout, and I throwed it to some kids, and I didn't know that I was on MLB Network the whole time. So they had talked about me for like 40 minutes. That's what really blew me up. But other than that, like I said, I didn't do this to be Ozuna, but they said I look like Ozuna.
So then it just kind of worked that way. Right. Yeah. So it's a natural fit.
To the minor leagues, I've been going to the minor league games for years too. One thing that I do, I go to about 200 games a year because I go to high school, college, you name it. Every day I'm
200 games.
Yeah.
So, 200.
Yeah. So you think about for the end of January, I'm somewhere watching a baseball game. By the way, my high school won the championship this year. I was there in their full uniform. So
congratulations.
With the minor leagues, they really like dive into what I do because I attract a lot of people to the game more than they normally get at most of the places that I go to. So I have full uniforms for every team in the minors. So it's pretty dope.
And you told me yesterday too that unlike with the Cubs, all the minor league stadiums are a pretty accessible drive from Atlanta. And you live in the Atlanta area or in Atlanta?
I stay in Smyrna. I stay probably about 5 minutes from Truist Park.
Oh, okay, 5 minutes away. And then, but that's like only 2 hours or under to all the other minor league parks. So that's
right around 2.5 hours max. It depends on traffic. But 2.5 max, and the shortest is Rome. Rome takes me about 45 minutes.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's pretty incredible because then you are able to keep up at all the minor leaguers and stuff. So, like, this is an off year for the Braves, but, like, what's coming up? Is there a great pipeline of players that you're looking at from the minors that you think that maybe next year you could?
Yeah, well, right now you're getting to see us work out some kinks with some pitchers. You're seeing all our new pitchers come up and get a chance right now. So just think about it. Once you get your feet wet a couple of times, you usually either you go sink or you go swim. And I think these guys will go start swimming real soon.
Well, and I have it written down who's pitching tonight. I know it's Imanaga for the Cubs, and where's that? Of course, I can't find that exactly. Oh yeah, here we go. Tonight's match: Joey Wentz, 4.92 ERA. Wentz, he went up against Miami and only gave up one, but he got his ass kicked by the Mets the time before.
Exactly.
And Imanaga has gone 7 innings in each of his last 3 outings, giving up 1 and 2 and 3 runs respectively. So tell me about Joey Wentz.
Like you said, he's up and down. But the thing is, we missed him up because all he had to do.
Hey, look, we're saying hi to a dog. Hi, puppy. The dog content always plays, you know.
So with Wentz, we had 2 outs and we had an error. Actually, correct. We had 2 errors that cost us some runs in that game, and after that, he lost it, and you see what happened. But tonight, I'm expecting maybe he's gonna probably give up 1 or 2 runs. It is what it is. But hopefully, we score more runs than these guys in this game.
It is a Cubs podcast. I wouldn't say that too loud. But yeah, and it just seems like the Braves, like you said, they're just starting to play their best baseball right now, and of course, it's right when we got to play. So it's
but y'all need the wins, and we really don't. So every win for y'all is a step in the right direction. For us, it's just proving that we got talent.
Yeah, well, and also if you've got the young guys on your team right now, sometimes they're playing their way onto the team or for a promotion in the eventual. So that's always interesting to watch. And
Nacho Alvarez, that's one of my good friends, the third baseman. I followed him since single A.
And that's his guy. That's his parents gave him that name, right? That's not a nickname.
No, Ignacio.
Ignacio, Ignacio.
Yeah, but we just call him Nacho.
Nacho. That's good. I didn't know. Is Nacho short for Ignacio? So people that are named Nacho, that's just short for Ignacio, I guess.
No, his name is Nacho, but it's Ignacio.
Ignacio.
It's not Ignacio.
It's Ignacho.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alvarez.
That's amazing. And you've got kind of encyclopedic knowledge of some of these guys. Who are some of your all-time favorite Braves? Like, what got you into the team? How long you've been watching for?
Well, I started going to the Braves games in the early 90s. I was a kid. I want to say 93 was the first year that I could recall.
That's Greg Maddux.
Yep. We had the big 3.
Get a picture real quick, maybe?
Go ahead.
Dude. I'm a diehard.
See, look, this has been happening this entire time. I was walking around with this guy yesterday. Everybody's taking pictures of him. See, look, this guy, he's a big fan. Yeah, this guy's got fans all over the place. Look at this. I mean, so it's I didn't know. Then I found out from Jen, who's friends with Ronnie, that they had met. So yeah, tell me about your favorite Braves of all time. That's where we were.
I want to say Andrew Jones was the guy that really got me into baseball. I was already watching it, but I actually took the time to really learn the game. I was playing T-ball and stuff at the time, but seeing him, it was like, man, I love this sport. And he was so athletic, making all those catches like the Spider-Man catch. He was that guy, you know. And I ended up learning all his stats and everything. Like, back his card really was underneath my pillow because I was always trying to figure out.
You said you got miffed that, like, somebody tried to do a trick question with the Andrew Jones. I didn't really.
Yeah, they had a beer release for him at the stadium, and they had everybody come up. They didn't want to ask me because they knew I don't know everything about the Braves, but I have a pretty good wealth of knowledge about the Braves. So they gave me a 5-part compounded question to get a baseball signed by him. And the question that they stumped me on, because I got it right, but they said I got it wrong, was where did he hit his 400 career home run? And unfortunately, it was at the Southsiders Park here, and with the White Sox. But I said that, and they were saying, no, it's with the Rangers. So it's like, that wasn't with the Rangers. So Andrew had to come out himself and correct them and say, no, he's right.
That doesn't. Listen, if the Cubs tried to throw a trivia contest, they'd be wrong about just about everything. They have no control over their own history. Like, you know, and the Braves, they have such a deep history, obviously, in multiple different cities. Hank Aaron, who we lost last year, was just such a big part of the franchise and big part of baseball history, of course, being, in my book, the true home run leader, you know.
We lost Hank Aaron 21.
Was it 21? Was it that long ago?
Yeah, the year we won the World Series.
Oh
Remember,
my God!
They took the All-Star game away from us, and then boom, World Series year.
Yeah.
He,
Why did they do that? Oh, because of COVID restrictions or something.
no, they had a problem with something that our governor said,
Ah.
and they just decided to pull it from us because of that. So I had season tickets, of course, and that was sort of included with our stuff that year, and that really pissed everybody off because we all wanted that for the city.
Yeah. Well, then you got it. What, last year, and then you were able to attend the All-Star game. Was it last year or the year before?
No, the All-Star game was this year.
This year. Yeah.
In Atlanta.
Oh, this year. See, I don't even pay attention to the All-Star game. I'm not a big All-Star game fan. A lot of time listeners of my show know that I just take that week off, and I'm like, and I tell everybody to not vote for our players so they can get nice and rested, you know. And it's obvious. If look who went to the All-Star game, Pete Crow Armstrong, and he sucks in the whole second half. Who else went to the Armstrong to the All-Star game?
Got that
Matthew Boyd.
They're doing like Madden cover.
Yeah.
For the show. Yeah. That's
So
the thing about
exactly,
that.
it's the Madden cover. It's the cover of the show. Although I don't know, does the show have that kind of?
I don't think it's as bad as Madden.
No, it's not as bad. Madden's got the curse.
Yeah.
Or I know for a while there was a Sports Illustrated cover curse too.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, that too.
And so, yeah. Well, the Cubs. We don't know anything about curses. It's not our thing.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk about no goats or nothing around.
Yes. Hey, we killed that goat. We ate the goat.
I've been there before. I've been to that establishment before. It's not a bad establishment, but I'm glad that y'all got that hex lifted off of y'all.
Yeah, well, it was nice, and of course, in the National League, if you were a fan of the Cubs in the '90s, you were always looking up at what the Braves were doing and wishing it was you. So, it's really. In fact, there's other friends of mine that have a similar story. It's like, well I grew up in the '90s, and I watched the Braves. Yeah, Greg Maddux. I mean, that pitching staff was just so ridiculous with Glavine and what's his name? Smoltz. Yeah, duh.
Smoltzy.
Yeah, Smoltzy. And now we got to suffer through him on ESPN Baseball or Fox or whatever they have his ass on. But Cub fans just love him. Let me tell you, we're big fans. But anyway, dude, and tell me about. I know you told me a little bit. Just lastly, that you like doing some charity work. We like to do a lot of charity work here on Sun Ranto and the Bleacher Bunch. So, what are your causes of your life that you like to support? And
well, my father has a nonprofit. He's a pastor, and we do a lot of food donations, and we have a bread truck. So I go load up a full bread truck, as you've seen, the trays, and I load and unload bread so we can go give it out to the community. I also do things with the Boys and Girls Club. They have special Olympics. So anytime they need me to come out and help with the kids, I like to go out and help those people.
That's awesome. Well, I know you said you'd like to do this to bring baseball to the kids, to make it fun for them. And I know you do a good job. I mean, obviously, the outpouring of love that we're seeing from all your fans, I'm just so glad that, we got to get to know each other. And here's the bonus. We're going to the game together tonight. And shout out to Carl. He's calling himself Carl's Beef now, formerly known as Barstool Carl, now Carl's Beef. He gave us the tickets. He's from the Monday Morning Cubs cast. I don't know. There's so many of them. I forget everybody's show. But anyway, shout out to Barstool Carl for the tickets. We're going to be hanging out, so we'll have more Unkzuna content later on if I'm sure. Actually, I did have one more question. Sometimes, and last time you were here at Wrigley Field, which was in the spring, you dressed as an umpire.
Yes.
So on the road, sometimes you dress as an umpire. Tell me about that.
So I just have to change it up sometimes. Everybody knows me as the Braves fan, so it's like some people don't like me. I get harassment. It is what it is. So I like to just go as an umpire to different stages to fill it out first before I go in as.
Yeah.
So I go in as umpire.
Umpire. Yeah, that's amazing. Well, I mean. Yeah, I would imagine some stadiums don't take too kindly to a guy dressed entirely in Atlanta Braves uniform. I'm sure Yankee Stadium probably gave you some shit if you've ever been there.
Yeah, Yankees, Mets, Phillies.
Yeah.
The Phillies really don't like me.
Oh, yeah.
One of my good friends.
They boo their old grandma.
Yeah, one of my good friends, Benny, he wears a full Phillies uniform down in Atlanta.
So if you guys pal around, then you're okay. Yeah. You got to have a guy on the inside.
Yeah, you know how it is. People drinking and they forget who they are, or their real intentions come out. So it's like I don't really let that bother me, but it is sort of strange to me. Like, hey, somebody being so nice to you, it's like, hey, screw that guy because he's a Braves fan.
Yeah, no, it's stupid and it's freaking baseball.
Yeah,
It's like
it's baseball.
you
Yeah.
know, we're not at the gladiator fights.
Right.
You know?
Exactly. But they usually end up turning into that for some reason. So,
Yeah, well, it's alcohol. I think it's
yeah, I
how
think
they,
that's the
it's
main
like
thing.
Jekyll and Hyde, kind of
Mhm.
situation. So, well, thanks for coming
no
on the
problem.
Sun Rancher Show. We're definitely going to have you on again at some at some juncture
Okay.
in the future.
That's fine.
But I'll see you in the stands
All right.
tonight.
Yep.
And I'll just let you go to your public because obviously lots of people go over to Gallagher Way, and this guy. I mean, I couldn't walk 2 steps without people being like, "Oh, can I get a picture?" So it's it's pretty awesome. Thanks for spreading the joy and
Hey, no
keeping the
problem.
love of baseball
That's what
going
it's all
on,
about.
Mr. Unkzuna, everybody. And why don't we go to commercial real quick? And Michael, if you just want to play us a commercial, I don't know if you guys are listening. Then we can come back and talk more about baseball.
Yeah, just before we go to the commercial, I did want to show the picture of Unkzuna with Ronnie Woo Woo.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's one thing. We got Unkzuna with Ronnie Woo Woo here. You visited today.
Yeah.
You said he's not looking too great, but
No, I didn't mean it like that. So what I'm saying is he looks like he's ready to get back to the stadium. So as soon as he saw me, he perked right up and was trying to get out that chair like, hey, no, I need to go with you and we need to walk around this stadium.
Well, everybody knows that kind of what's going on with Ronnie.
Right.
He's been sick for a while. He's got a progressive lung disease. And I did want to mention, too, Michael, thanks for bringing this up, that Ronnie's coming to the stadium on Sunday. And we're going to try to get a little cheering squad to cheer him into the ballpark. He's going to be sitting in the suite because he needs to be on oxygen the entire time. But and at the end of the show, I also have a video. In fact, Michael, could you maybe before we go to commercial and maybe before the commercial, could you play the video of Ronnie giving Unkzuna advice and wooing?
Yeah, I got it right here.
There's 2 different videos. You can play them both, I think.
Yep. No, I see it says Unc Ronnie advice. Here it goes.
All right, cool. All right.
So it's beautiful. Then people walk down, take pictures, just be nice, enjoy your life. And you're doing it for the fans and for the love of baseball. So Hank Aaron, how he did, he went through the stuff he went through, I'm like that. That's the way it is.
Yeah.
That's the way society is,
Yeah.
So that's what that is, though. So be proud. Be proud of the uniform. And you support the game because you got football, soccer, golf, all these other sports out here. You got to keep on going. And the late Buck O'Neill, Hank Aaron, Willie Mays, Jackie Robinson, they try to keep it going. And support the game. Any way you can support the game. Here come my daughter.
You want me to?
Oh, that was awesome seeing Unkzuna there with Ronnie giving some advice. But we're going to go to a commercial here real quick, and we will be right back as soon as I find the right commercial thing. Here it is.
All over Chicagoland, there are thirsty, frazzled, overworked Cubs podcasters who are struggling to survive one more baseball season in the dog-eat-dog world of unpaid content creation. But it doesn't have to be this way. You can make a difference. Become a super ranter at patreon.com/sunranto, where your support ensures that poor, sad, pathetic, ugly, loser Cubs podcasters can pay for tickets and beer, and in turn line the pockets of the baseball oligarch Ricketts family. Just $1 a month can buy a scorecard. $5 a month can pay for guitar strings to write a Cubs song. And $10 a month almost buys 1 beer at Wrigley Field. Cubs content creators are the lowest pieces of pond scum garbage that slither over the face of this planet. But super ranters help them get drunk and screw off at baseball games. What do you get out of it? The Sun Ranto Show delivered to your podcatcher without stupid advertisements like the one you're seeing and hearing right now. Plus, at other Super Ranter levels, you can get Cubs music, access to private Sun Ranto pages, the Ranter calendar, and special thanks and Ranter recognition in our live broadcasts. Plus, eligibility for monthly prizes. What does Sun Ranto get out of it? Your money. For tickets and beer. Go to patreon.com/sunranto. That's patreon.com/sunranto. And become a super ranter today.
Hey, I'm back. If you could change
Yeah.
the layout here.
Yeah, 1 second. I got to change the layout to not this one. This one, I think.
Hey,
No,
I like
not
that one.
Not that
No.
one. I don't know.
Oh,
There
Oh.
we go.
All right. Cool. How you guys doing? That guy's pretty cool, huh? Unkzuna.
pretty cool. Pretty
Yeah,
cool. Nice guy.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's kind of like if Ronnie Woo Woo had a encyclopedic knowledge of the Chicago Cubs. It would be similar because we didn't really get into it that much, but like every time, like I would bring up everything, any kind of specific thing that happened with the Braves. He's like, "Oh yeah, that was September 25th, 1995, and this happened, and that happened." I was like, "Oh, you're like that guy."
It's possibly what Ronnie was back so long ago. You know,
Wow.
like
I think you're
mean,
giving him a
he's
lot of credit.
I'm just saying, Unkzuna is a much younger man.
Yeah, he
And
is.
who knows? Maybe Ronnie was the same way with that sort of encyclopedic knowledge back then.
Ronnie's sober days back in the day.
Yeah.
Well, and I got some news too. If anybody's watching this game right now and wants to go to the game,
Oh.
Unkzuna just told me that somebody else gave him an even better ticket. So he's like, I don't really need your ticket anymore. So he's going to be sitting right behind the Braves dugout right now instead of up in the 200s with us riffraff. So if anybody wants to go to the game with me tonight, I now have an extra ticket. So.
Oh man, I wish I
just
could
put
be
that
there.
out.
It's a perfect night for some baseball, right?
It is really perfect. I mean, it's just like that late summer kind of. There's a nice little breeze going. It's like not too hot. It's just perfect. It's just I have sweat my balls off in that ballpark all year long, and it's over.
It's been a hot summer, and this break in the heat has been really nice.
It's so nice. So I mean, I even I like hoodie weather, and it's not even quite that, but But anyway, let's talk about the Cubs. They did win yesterday.
Yeah.
Barely.
In the 10th, hey, they did what they had to do against a not so great team, but
Well, it's really lucky that it was a holiday and they decided to play a little extra exhibition baseball just so the fans could see it, because that's the only reason. I mean, baseball just ends after 9 innings, as we all know. It doesn't actually go into extras unless it's a holiday, and then they just decide to play a
right.
bit
Just
more.
give the fans a little something extra.
Fly the tee. But they did manage to win. They lost that last game against the Rockies, kind of disappointing because it's just that kind of team, right? Like they're a team that just can't quite finish. You know what I mean? Like 2016 team stepped on necks and just like left other teams for dead.
Yeah.
And this team doesn't seem to quite be able to do that, even when they are the Rockies. And they got swept by the Giants after sweeping the Angels. So, you got a 5-4 road trip against shitty teams. Like, that's not championship baseball.
No, it's not. I mean, it would have been really nice for them to come out of that 6-3. I mean, that was right there for them, and they just couldn't do it. But in Colorado, they won those first 2 games. They scored a ton of runs in one of the games, but they gave up a ton of runs in that same game. They just could not seem to put the Rockies away. It was way too close.
Cubs Sunday baseball getaway day, right, Danny?
Yeah, well, exactly. That's what they always do. It seems like they don't have. Part of it's the roster, because they have just the worst batting lineup those days. I don't know who played on Sunday, but I would guess Justin Turner did. No,
yeah, I don't even know. I would have to look it up, but I don't.
But oftentimes that's the reason why. Sorry, I'm trying to. Hopefully, it's not making a lot of noise. I'm trying to adjust the camera here.
It's all right, but that was August. We need to talk about September, baby. It is.
Yep.
They did the September call-ups. The Cubs made a surprising amount of roster moves. I just seriously thought like they were just gonna call maybe Alcantara up, maybe a pitcher, and that would be it. But no, they went out and they picked up, 2 big leaguers, and then they signed Joe Ross to a minor league contract too. Aaron Savali, they picked him up from the White Sox off the DFA waiver wire, and then Carlos Santana.
One of my all-time favorite, dude, did you see that guy at Woodstock? It was unbelievable.
Oye, como va?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Cleveland released him outright, and then the Cubs picked him up. But, okay, here's the thing. Why did they pick him up? We already have Michael Busch, who is a very good first baseman, and he's having a good year. And then we have Justin Turner, who we shouldn't even have on the team, who is the backup first baseman. And then they just go out for no reason, and they just pick up a completely different first baseman. We have 3 first basemen on this team right now. 2 of them are damn near
right-handed.
age.
Well, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Justin Turner. I mean, you would think that the corresponding move would be to DFA Justin Turner, but it's not. This is this year's Franmil Reyes. That's who this guy is. I mean, and Carlos Santana, he's nearly 40 years old. I'm like looking at his stats here.
I have to assume that they're hoping to find lightning in a bottle. They're rubbing their lucky rabbit's foot. They're flipping coins in the fountain, and they took Carlos Santana. That's what they're doing.
They said he's going to platoon with Busch, which, I mean, but isn't that what Justin Turner was doing terribly?
Yeah.
Platoon, now he's just a bench guy that can't do anything except for being a shitty third baseman. And, I mean, it really doesn't make any sense to me.
Well,
like why they would waste the roster spot with this guy when they have like all these guys in the minors that are actually their guys that are the future. Like Alcantara,
what's the guy we literally just talked about on Thursday? We're so bad with these minor league names.
Yeah.
Somebody in the chat will have it, but the kid is playing great baseball. He's a lefty, and he plays first base, and they don't call him up. Instead, they sign a washed-up 39-year-old.
Yeah, but he's a switch hitter. And he's 39. He wipes his butt with both hands.
At the same time, which is odd.
Oh yeah, it saves him tons of time. Then he's in the cages right away. It's kind of a weird move, but it lightning in a bottle, get him on the roster, see if he can't hit you some late inning home runs in a tight game. Like who knows? Like it's really
he's got 11 homers. He's got 11 homers on the year. He's slashing 225, 316, 333.
Michael, can you see what he's doing from the right side? Because he's only going to be batting righty. That's what they're going to use him for.
I can look
he's
at
it. He's slightly better, I know, in his career. I did look that up a while ago.
Yeah.
He's slightly better again in his career against righties, but yeah, he can switch hit though. So I mean, it's valuable.
I know, but he's gonna be hitting from the right side. So I don't know. Is that valuable? Maybe, I don't know.
It's not that valuable when you're 40 years old. It's going to be the same as we already had that. I think is Michael's point. But to move on to the next guy, it's Aaron Savali basically saved the game yesterday, kept the Cubs in it the entire game. After it was pretty short outing from Colin Ray, who's really, I mean, I forget which. I was listening to the Wrigleyville Nation podcast, and they pointed out Colin Ray is currently a negative WAR player, which is kind of surprising. But bloom's off the rose big time with that guy.
You know what? The more I hear about WAR, the more I'm just like, this is bullshit. Like a negative WAR player for the whole season, I can't see that at all. And yet, somebody pointed out that Nico Horner is a 5 WAR player. Look, I love Nico Horner. I don't know if he's a 5 WAR player. Isn't 5 WAR supposed to be like fucking like a great season?
Well, you could have up to 10 WAR. You could have double that and be like a superstar. But
I don't think anybody's ever come near 10.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, I think so. Like Barry Bonds or, somebody like.
Right. When they went back and they just and they checked his stats.
Yeah,
Because
Babe
they
Ruth
didn't
is
have
a
war back
50
then,
war
yeah.
player. Yeah. Because are they replacing? Are they replacing him with somebody who, like, throughout history, or just somebody they played with? I don't know. No, there's a lot to go into war. Obviously, it's not the only stat that we have, but my point being, the blooms off the rose, and he only went freaking 4 innings, Colin Ray, and so you need to have
Jonathan
Savali come
Long.
in. Yeah, he's great, but they would
he's a
rather
good-
bring in Carlos Santana. Well, especially this late in the season, like you don't want Jonathan Long pinch hitting, but you would want Carlos Santana pinch hitting.
Jonathan
It's
Long
just
is
we already
20
had that guy.
Jonathan Long is 27 years old. Are they
That's pretty
ever
old.
going to let this kid come to Chicago?
Yeah, if everybody gets hurt.
Dude's 27. Like, seriously, we're never going to see him until he's 30, and it's going to be a Frank the Tank situation.
Yeah, he's the Bryce Ball of Matt Mervis's. What do you want me to tell you? It's like he's useless. Yeah, I don't know why they do what they do. It doesn't make sense to me. But I do want to see Carlos Santana hit a freaking dog, because I always enjoyed him just because he has the same name as the
Carlos
guitar player.
Santana.
Yeah, Carlos,
Right, and-
exactly.
We've seen Carlos Santana a million times over the years. I've always liked Carlos Santana. He's one of those players that, like, you actually, I mean, the name helps, but you actually know he's been a good player for a long time.
Oh, a long time. He was with the 2016 Cleveland Indians. Do you
Yeah,
remember facing them?
I
In
wouldn't have-
February of '96, the Allman Brothers were playing their month-long run at the Beacon, and Carlos Santana opened for him. And 5 nights in a row, I went and ate 10 hits of acid and a bunch of mushrooms every night. And it was one of the greatest weeks of my life. So I love Carlos Santana.
Yeah, no, and I wouldn't have any problem with them signing him this late in the season or whatever, except for the fact that they do have other players.
Yeah, but they
in
can't
the
bring up a
minors
rookie.
that we keep hearing about that they won't use. And
They
then
never did. They won't even play him if they came up. So it's not where Carlos Santana is going to get more at bats than Kevin Alcantara. I bet you.
Oh, yeah. So that's the other one. Kevin Alcantara finally gets a call up, which, again, I thought he was going to get called up anyway, but I thought Owen Casey would still be on the team, and we might actually see the outfield of the future with Owen Casey, Kevin Alcantara, and PCA all in the outfield at the same time. That would have been fun to see. We will not see that. I don't even know if Alcantara will get to play in the field.
Well, with Carlos Santana, as of today, the Cubs are a wild card team, right? So do you feel like they're just looking for that other veteran, somebody who in the big moments not going to be afraid, and maybe they think they can make a run still? I mean, this has to be the worst of it, right? Just the way they've been playing since the All-Star break.
Well, you're hoping that they get back on a winning trajectory against a weaker schedule at this point, and at least Carlos Santana knows what he's doing. Kevin Alcantara has only had his cup of coffee, and so he doesn't have a lot of experience, so you really don't know what you're going to get. And, you know, the fact is Kevin Alcantara can play center field in a way that Casey couldn't, and really who needs a break now more than any of them is Pete Crow Armstrong. And it's, once again, it's totally overdue because you didn't have your bench this entire time. Kevin Alcantara should have been up a long time ago spelling PCA or using both of them, or moving Kyle Tucker can play center, Ian Happ can play center. They can move these guys around, but for whatever reason, they're just like stuck in the mud, and they can't ever anticipate when these guys might need a freaking rest.
Yeah.
And they make them flail for 3 weeks to a month, and then all of a sudden their batting average is in the toilet. The power is gone. They're rolling over. And granted, sometimes you want to work that stuff out, but like sometimes just a little freaking day or two break, like it worked for Tucker. It worked for Suzuki last year. Like this is proven. It's called freaking mental health breaks. Like, you know, yesterday, for example, I didn't work. We were going to do a show. Wasn't going to work out. Instead, I just tooled around and I didn't work. I didn't do anything. I just let my mind wander. I met Unkzuna. I walked around the stadium. I hung up some posters. Like, I didn't sit on the computer. And today when I got on the computer, my mind felt so much clearer and better. And it's just, you need a break from the thing that you do every day to be better at it. Everybody needs that, no matter what the thing is you do.
You know
the Cubs
who really
can't fucking.
You know who really needs a break from what he does every day? Jed
Suzuki.
Hoyer.
Oh yeah, like
Jed
a
Hoyer.
permanent break.
Talk about. I mean, the one thing, the only thing that the moves that they've made, Aaron Savali, Carlos Santana, calling up Alcantara, sending Owen Casey down, signing.
Savali saved the game yesterday. Saved it.
The only
Aaron
thing
Savali
we know
won.
for sure from all these things is that Jed Hoyer has no plan. He has no plan whatsoever. He's just like end of the season, like, let's just see what we can do.
Because that's a new
ridiculous.
free agency, right? It's a new free agency. The cast-offs in September, the people that want to pay him that last month, teams get to save money. If you pick them up, then you got to pay them.
Yep.
And it's like this weird, like,
they're paying the full ticket price, so they're
yeah, and it's like it's the castaway. It's the castaway. I guess off-season trade deadline. It's like it's a new thing.
Yep.
1 month afterwards, you're like, oh well, we need one more guy, and we did because what's his name? Soroka, Mike Soroka, Mike.
Oh,
Woo! Did
by
you
the
see
way,
he changed his number to 99?
Oh yeah, I had that in my notes too.
Wayne Gretzky.
That was part of the transactions, was that he changed his number to 99, and I think he did that because that's how many days he will be on the IL.
Yeah, he's got 99 problems as well, and they're all in his arm.
Potts in the chat corrected me. Jonathan Long is only 23, which makes me feel a lot better because I was confused. No, his number on his jersey is 27.
It's 27.
I read it wrong, so my bad.
Well, they're not going to bring up a
4
rookie.
years on Jonathan Long, but at least, I mean, I guess we might see him in the next 4 years because Jed will be here for 4 years, so maybe 2032. That's one of our future wins.
Yep, maybe.
Hey, what time is it? 6:13. Oh yeah, we got to wrap this up soon.
6:13. Yep.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else in the notes? Like, who else did we get? Was there anybody else that we didn't talk about?
Joe Ross got a minor league deal.
Oh yeah. Well, that's an emergency.
Yeah, that's a nothing. But no, just
he might come up. I always liked Joe Ross. He was with the Nationals when they won the World Series, I believe.
Oh,
he was one of their main. He was one of those pitchers that got them to the big show.
Well, maybe if Johnny Onomatopoeia is lucky, he'll see him pitch on Saturday.
Yeah, here's your old boy Joe Ross. And and the one thing we didn't really talk about Aaron Savali, former White Sox and Milwaukee Brewer. So I think Craig Counsell maybe knew of him. Well, I mean, he was around with Cleveland and everything for all those years. But no, actually, he didn't pitch under. I'm looking at it now. He did not pitch under Counsell. But anyway, this guy, he can really help out. Kind of swingman, starter. He's basically another Colin Ray.
Well,
he could start, he could relieve, piggyback guy. It's kind of what we need now that Soroka didn't work out.
Yeah, he had a 4.91 ERA with Milwaukee and apparently bristled about being asked to go to the bullpen. And so they ended up trading him for Vaughn. So every time we see Vaughn beating our heads in, crushing baseballs, it's because Savali went over there. And then the White Sox
just released him.
They DFA'd him after a 5.37 ERA over, I think he had 14 starts or something like that. They didn't like him, DFA'd, and the Cubs were able to claim him off waivers. So the difference there being they actually had to give the White Sox something, whereas with Carlos Santana, he was released outright, and they just had to sign him.
Gotcha. Well, it's a lot of freaking Hail Mary moves, and it seems like a bunch of scrap heap bullshit. But are all the teams doing it? Lyle, how are you Red Sox doing? Did they do any of this crap? Because they're in it still.
It's all the same around the entire league. I mean, I was kind of just looking through it, and everyone's scraping off the scrap heap and hoping they can find guys who can fill in when they need them to. may fit the culture of the team, may be able to throw a couple innings, and maybe, magic in a bottle to make a run into the playoffs. And I think that's just what happens. I think this time of year, this is what it is. So
I think that's what happens with teams who are sort of flailing at the end. You know what I mean? Like, if your team is set, I don't think
you got no room for a guy. Yeah, if your team who are the 2016 Cubs taking off the scrap heap?
And,
you know
and
what I mean?
here's,
Like, no one.
Here's the insane thing. This Cubs team has a very good record. They have had a very, if you just look at the whole season and you're not breaking it up first half, second, they've had a very good season. They are at the top of the wild card leaderboard here, all this stuff. And yet, this is the team that's shitting their pants and just picking up every scrap heap guy that they can find.
Right. And I guess the difference is, you're right. Great teams aren't putting these guys on their major league roster, right?
Yeah.
Is that the difference? They're signing guys whom they might bring up if they need them for an emergency or whatever. But yeah, you're probably more right about that. And a lot of good teams release players this time of year. I mean, the Red Sox just released Walker Buehler, and brought up one of their rookie pitchers, and he was pretty great in his first appearance. So
yeah, I was kind of hoping the Cubs would get Buehler.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
he went to Philly.
Yeah, well, I was kind of hoping the Cubs would, because we could have then we could have Jeremiah Paprocki announce him, and pitching today, Walker Buehler.
He really should play Chicago.
He has to. I don't even care which side of town, just so the announcer can say it.
Exactly. Danny, it's almost game time.
I know. I gotta go.
Anything else we need to talk about or do?
Well, I did get Cubs Stradamus sent me in a video.
Oh, is that what that was?
Oh, my
God.
And
and it's funny. He sent it in a VHS tape, and it was covered in slime. And I don't know.
Just so you know, I've been hanging out with him. That is not slime, sir. He's got an infection.
Pus. It was pus, wasn't it?
It's like an STD, but for his type of guy, but it comes out of whatever that thing is. I don't know what it is.
A sexually transmitted deity?
Yes.
Yeah.
He sent something in on a VHS tape. Yeah.
All right.
My predictions can sometimes be factual, while being highly irrational. It's with this I say, the Cubs will get flayed by the young upstart players on the Nationals. Ha!
Well, I would say that guy is very ineffectual. He's just...
He was very wrong at the beginning of the season. He seems more right lately. How about that?
Yeah, exactly. Well, he's just he's like the stop clock that's right twice a day.
Yeah.
So like the opposite of the Cubs.
Yeah.
Very right in the early season. They seem very wrong right now.
Well, and then, all right, so here's some announcements for you. Johnny Onomatopoeia's bachelor party show. We're going to be out in the bleachers. Then afterwards, we're going to be at Output Wrigleyville, which is right up on Clark. That's on Saturday, September 6th. Come on out and, buy him, get him drunk. I'm going to put him on a plane on Sunday, and he's not even going to know his name. How about that? Yeah. So, so come on out to that. Also, September 20th, we still haven't bought the tickets, but I will probably buy them tomorrow. So if you still want to go, sonranto.com/events, Cincinnati, September 20th. And we're going to have a live podcast at Binsky's Bar at 3 p.m. So, and that's in the Camp Washington neighborhood of Cincinnati, Ohio. So, what else? Oh, yeah, Dan Nielsen's birthday, September 27th. So we're all going to be hanging out. Also, pregame at Almost Home with his parents. So if you're around that day, come hang out with us. We'll be up in the upper deck. Come say hi. That's all my announcement. I do have a couple TFCs that I put in.
Do you want to do them? We're running a little
I don't
short.
know if I can. Well, I don't know if I can put it up. Let me see if I can. Oh, you can put it up, right?
Yeah, we're
We got
talking time. Yeah, all right. Let it rip.
We had 6:40, right?
Yeah, hold on. But the website is not working properly.
Oh, here, I can do it. Let's see if I can do it.
Okay.
All right, here's the first one. But you're gonna have to read it because I can't read it. I'm gonna enjoy you reading it.
Yeah, so this comes from Cubs Facts and Trivia, and it says, reminder, Sammy Sosa is now 1-2 ball players to play if of the game, period. One of is true after the hitter of all time and tomorrow. Living legend, 3 muscle emojis. And underneath, Tony Guerrero has a picture of President Biden looking very, very confused.
What the fuck was that? Is that a bot?
AI's a moron. Yeah, exactly. AI working out the kinks still with the tech bros. Like these guys can't take over. Listen, if Palantir and all those freaking douchebags, if they're able to take over everything's going to sound like this. Nothing's going to work. It's going to be terrible. They think they know what they're doing. It's all just terrible information. So I have one more TFC, unless somebody else has one.
No, I think you're going to need to put it up because I do not know why this thing isn't working.
I'm putting it up. Now, this is somebody, I was hanging up posters for the Bleacher Bum Band show on September 6th, and somebody went around and put these posters all over Wrigleyville.
It says, ban Charlie Kirk from Wrigleyville. Cubs fans don't need another curse.
Yeah.
So,
and then there's all these different
all the quotes, right?
All his shitty quotes about him being afraid of black pilots and hating gay people and what he thinks about women and all his bullshit because he's the son of a bitch and I'm embarrassed to be from the same town as that piece of shit.
Yeah.
I'm the greatest person ever to come from my hometown, not him. I'll tell you that much. I'm pretty sure. I got to see a list. But I'm up there. Certainly better than him. So anyway, that's all I had.
All right. You want to take that off?
I'll take it down. Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Fuck Charlie Kirk. I'm going to end every show instead of with Spagog with fuck Charlie Kirk.
All right. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
okay,
do we have anything else?
No, I think that's going to be it.
We got no chance, right? No chance?
No chance.
Yeah.
Not a chance.
No chance. Not a chance.
No
as
chance
as David
at
Kaplan
all.
would say, no chance.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so how awkward for us. So I guess,
this was just a quick.
How you doing? Hello.
Yeah.
It was a chance for Danny to get an interview in, and for us to reconnect on here, and we'll get you back to normal next week.
I don't know if we've ever gone under an hour.
I don't even think we're ever doing anything normal ever again. I think from now on, if the Cubs are going to be in the playoffs, I'm going to be down here hanging out at Ball Hawk Corner. If we're doing shows, we're doing them like this, baby.
You got it, baby.
So I'll see you guys next time we see you. Why don't you play a closing song while I get the hell out of here?
All right.
Let's Spagog.
Spagog, Danny Rocket.
Spagog.
He gets the early bleacher line, sits in the first row out and left, and he will almost die right by Bleacher Jeff. He sits down in the well, rain or shine. He comes to every game, but a ball's gonna fly tonight. He got a little overzealous this time, went for the ball and then he took a dive, wedged between fencing and the outfield wall. Oh no, 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 he's He's a basket man. Basket man, climbing back to throw a dummy ball. Now he's just as infamous as my Thai guy who stole a basketball and made kids cry. I bet obvious will make him a shirt. So no, no, no. He's a basket man. Basket man, climbing back to throw a dummy ball. And he's climbing back to throw a dummy ball. And he's climbing back to throw a dummy ball. And he's climbing back to throw a dummy ball. And he's climbing back to throw a dummy ball.